The future of our world rests in the hands of the youth. As they navigate the crucial stage of career development, they must be equipped with tools, skills, and mindset to succeed in an ever-changing job market. Career development is not just about choosing a job, it is about discovering one's passion, purpose, and identity. Welcome, and thank you so much for joining us on another interesting episode of Youth Connect on Trust TV. I am Fatima Ahmed Musa. Before we go on to this discussion, let's go on a quick break, and when we come back, the discussion will continue. Stay with us. Welcome back. If you're just joining, this is Youth Connect, coming to you from Trust TV. Joining me in the studio is Aminu Baba. He's an entrepreneur. Thank you so much, Aminu, for joining us.
Thank you so much for having us.
And Ibrahim Jimoh is also an entrepreneur, joining us from Ibadan. Thank you so much, Ibrahim Jimoh, for joining us.
Thank you very much. It's nice being on the show.
Okay, so how can we provide youth with access to reliable guidance and counseling when it comes to career?
So, the ability to provide youth with guidance, it has a lot to do with how to keep their attention in whatever they are doing, and maybe show them ways to improve, and also do better at that they are doing. But also, they need government, for example, should really invest in creating more awareness, because a lot of the youths of nowadays are around a lot of vanity, a lot of peer pressure of what they see around, and a lot of them want to be something that they don't even know the steps they need to take to achieve that they want, and they end up, misbehaving, because they have a lot of time. They have a lot of time.
Okay, Ibrahim, I don't know if you can hear what Aminu just said, from the question I just asked him. What do you think we can do, to provide youth with access to, career path, especially with guidance and counseling?
Thank you very much. I think the first thing I'll say on this is it has to go back to the mindset and creating an enabling environment for youth to be guided, and this goes in different ways. The government they have their part to take in this, the parents and the community, and also the leaders of the environment, or people who are doing well in their career or whatever endeavor they are doing respectively. So I'll just sum this up to what we call mentorship. So a lot of times to see the trial and error that lots of youths trying to navigate and find their footstep on their path to develop their passion, to do well for themselves. This time and error, trial and error period could be cut short by when they have guidance from those who are before them, in terms of putting them to way, showing them opportunities, and limiting their struggle on their path to fulfill whatever career objectives they are trying to pursue. So I would say a lot needs to be done. Is a kind of holistic, in an holistic approach, by one government putting up things that make it easy for youth to develop their passion, their career, whatever they want to do. You could see in some states you have hubs where youths are encouraged to come and learn, to come for different programs, even sports, like my brother said. So this is one of the schools could be guided and counseled on their career path. There are lots of careers springing up now. We have with the advent of AI and lots of technological advancements, things are changing in our century, and youths needs to be to have good and adequate leadership for them to excel in their chosen path.
Well, I like the fact that you mentioned parents and community. So, but what role can parents and teachers, even mentors, play in supporting youths when it comes to exploring their career development?
I'll take an example from my own. When I was growing, I grew up in Lagos. I grew up in Lagos Island, in Lagos, and one of the things that really helped me when I was growing up then was that there are libraries around. There are libraries around, different kind of libraries. So those are kind of avenues where you encourage youths to pursue knowledge. And not only are those libraries just places you go to read, there are sections in those libraries where you see people, leaders, or in industry leaders, people come from even government parastatals to check some books, and you have the avenue to network. So as you network, you meet people you look up to in the society or in your various fields. In these libraries also, you have some rooms where they serve like an incubation where youths are being mentored. You could join programs on skills development, soft skill, how to communicate, how to emotional intelligence and stuff that would help them as they grow in their career or in their studies or in their chosen path. For example, I'll give an example. Lagos State currently has they run different programs in all the local government development councils where youths could go and learn some arts and craft for free. Some could go to learn coding. You could go to learn even how to sew, how to do mechanics, and in a very organized way. So those kind of programs, if we have them spread out across all the local government areas, all in our communities, it will really help to engage the youths to channel their energies into productive activities. Like we will say that it is the idle hand at the devil. The idle hand is the devil's workshop. Yeah. So our youth needs to be engaged, but then they need to be engaged in productive activities. And our parents also needs to play their part in ensuring that those that the youth are taking as mentors are good people, they are reliable people, and not just people who will lead their children astray, and also be able to release them when opportunities like this comes. Okay. So instead of someone walking, you should allow them to go and participate in this for their future.
Okay, Aminu, you heard what Jimoh said, about how we can actually support youths. You mentioned peer pressure earlier, and he also did the same. So do you think that also, plays a role in the kind of career some of these youths tend to choose because they see their friends or, someone doing what they are doing, even if they don't have the passion for it, like he rightly mentioned that you have to have passion for what you're doing. So do you think peer pressure also plays a role in this aspect, in helping some youths choose a career path?
Yes and no. Because peer pressure, it's rather individualist. Different people, I don't know. I don't like peer pressure in general because you are just putting yourself into trying to do something that you are not maybe passionate about or you are not good at. But I will still come back to mentioning awareness. Youths nowadays and people nowadays a lot don't even know themselves. So I like a situation whereby we start off by you understanding what are your strengths and weaknesses. What are those things that people have complimented you on. You understand that you can take upon that and do better. Build yourself around it, right? So I think it's very, very important for our youths to know themselves, you understand, and work towards who they are, those strengths of theirs, and use it to build something solid in terms of skills, in terms of sports and all other things they might aspire to be. And at the same time, our youth should explore new things. You know, you can't just, you know, stay idle and be like, okay, I want to be a tailor, and you are not good with your hands. You know, so that doesn't really work for you. So explore that and explore other things. As my brother mentioned, you know, he said about the tech. The tech is good, and most youths use it. Most youths use it, and with the integration of AI, you know, if youths will be aware of AI, there's so much they can do on tech, and building their business or building their skills or becoming more aware.
Digital marketing sort of.
Digital marketing sort of. No, just also using the tech to learn about those skills they want to be part of, or those passion they have for their life. Using tech or using the social media, you can learn almost everything. Every single thing you can learn on social media and develop from there. Maybe from there you can pick interest in other things that you feel, I rather do this than what I'm doing. And you can make a better decision. Also, you mentioned about mentorship. You know, the community, our parents, you know, the older ones of the society, they need to assist these youths in their endeavors. You know, and you know, there's a lot of limiting beliefs, you know, around the adults that you can do this. You understand? Those kind of limiting beliefs really is affecting our youths, and I will encourage our youths to do better and be bold, and you know, be fearful.
Well, Ibrahim, how about, do you think peer pressure plays a role, especially when it comes to, like the question I just asked him, you see people maybe studying engineering in school, and then they tend to go and maybe, you know, do a banking career and stuff like that. Maybe some of them is due to peer pressure because they see their friends are doing this job and they are making money, and like, okay, I want to do this, even though that's not what you want to do. How can we change the mindset of the youth to understand that, like Aminu said, they have to understand themselves before they choose a career path?
I think I will say yes and no. Because just like the example you make now, and I want to refer to myself again, and maybe some of my colleagues, people who have grown up together, and I've seen them change career along the line. So when we look at peer pressure, it could be good in some way when it is in the positive side. So for example, if you raise a child or a youth grow up in an environment that promotes innovation, that promotes creativity, naturally the youth or the person will be drawn towards those kind of art. They would be influenced in such a way that they also, it may not be at the peak, but at least in a positive light. Similarly, it is when the peer pressure is on the negative side, where it is channeled towards immoral things, towards things that are destructive to their own self and the society, that this becomes an issue. So I think when we look at knowledge generally now, knowledge is just one. Then we could say it goes into branches. Whether you study electrical engineering, you study English, you study microbiology. Everything is knowledge. Just that we will now say this is specialized. Gone are the days where if you are an accountant, you are just an accountant. To survive in this generation, you have to have a myriad of skill sets, that because most of the fields of the world now, they are interwoven. So for example, if you talk about for example, I'll use myself for example. I studied electrical and electronics engineering at school. Now I'm working in a role that that intersects between energy, sustainability in terms of climate, and finance. So in a way, you see finance has come into my work, because then if you want to make the world sustainable, you want to change our energy, you want us to move on to solar energy and wind energy, or all those classes of energy, you need finance to drive those innovation, to build efficient batteries that will be effective for people in the rural areas or in then you need finance. So then knowledge of finance comes in. So you could see, so that is why in this world today, you just have to be fluid enough to not be rigid. We call something sunk cost fallacy, when you just, because you've invested a lot of energy in a thing, then you keep at it even if it is not yielding any value for you. So we're in a world now where we have to know a bit about so many things, because then they are interwoven. Even in business now, you use AI. If you're a business person, you learn how to do digital marketing, you learn how to, you learn sales, how to close deals, you learn marketing, you learn lots of things around your business. These are knowledge that are interwoven. So I'll say peer pressure it might be good when it is something that leads to, it is channeled in a way that the environment is channeled to productive things, and that is one of the responsibilities of the parents and of the government or the society also, to ensure that their immediate environment is safe for the youth to get clarity on what they want to do, and to be able to pick mentors and follow through. And I'm sure at the end of the day, it will be something great for them.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you on all that. But then, Aminu, let me come to you. What kind of experiential learning opportunities, like the internships, like apprenticeship, can we offer, to help youths, especially to build a practical skills when they want to go into a certain career path in their lives?
Earlier, my brother mentioned, the programs that they have developed in Lagos. I think that is a very good model.
Yeah, you have lived in Lagos as well, so you have an idea.
So that's a good model for other states to embark on. Because as far as you can bring these opportunities of internship and apprenticeship in local communities, at least a lot of the youths will want to partake in stuff like that. But lack of spaces or lack of opportunities like that, it stops a lot of them from participating in those kind of activities. And you see, that's one thing I like about the Igbos. The apprenticeship they embark on, or the system they use, is just marvelous, and it's been working and it will keep working. But when you come to the northern part, it's all about, come and work for me, or labor, So there's a lot of things. I think apprenticeship and internships, will help. And, having local communities, the government parastatals, the state government, creating opportunities for their youths will really, really help the state. It will help the youth, and in general, the thing is, human being mind is powerful. One youth having an opportunity and
to learn
a good skill, can outgrow or outdo a lot of others, can compete with the world. But you and I don't know who that person is. You understand?
So you have to be given the opportunity.
You have to always give them the opportunity. I know of AEA here in Abuja, where they try as much as possible to help youths, just paying small sometimes, and sometimes even free, to learn one skill or the other. But a lot of people don't even know. And a lot of people, those that do know, don't go there to learn those skills. So there is a lot of, we have to just work together with the government and the parents and mentors, to get these youths out of doing that to doing something that is, beneficial for the society and their own future at large.
Okay. All right, so let's go on a quick break, and when we return, the discussion will continue. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, and if you're just joining, this is Youth Connect, coming to you from Trust TV here in Abuja. Ibrahim, if you're still with us. Okay, so how can we foster a growth mindset and encourage youth to, embrace lifelong learning experiences, because it has a way of helping, when you choose a career path that, okay, you've actually learned this and it's going to go a long way. How can we encourage that to help youth embrace that? Okay, so Aminu, how can we foster a growth mindset and encourage youth to embrace lifelong learning skills, especially like you rightly mentioned, because these are things that is going to continue. When you learn a particular skill or you learn something, you know that it's going to last a lifelong time for you. So how do we encourage youth for them to do that?
Well, I think we just need to know how to nurture different skill sets, because as Ibrahim mentioned earlier, he said when you are in business, you find yourself learning marketing, closing the sale, and doing administrative work, doing the finance, all by yourself. So, the growth mindset is something everyone should have, because that will enable you and guide you into making better decisions for the future. A lot of people stop learning at some point, or maybe after graduation. Why? Because some look at school as just a place that I have to be at a certain time. But I usually tell people that school is a guidance to life. From the beginning, from nursery school, it's just like having a system. There's day and night every day, right? The world revolves around that. So what do you do during the day and what do you do at night? So you going to school in the morning is because your parents go out too in the morning. Everyone, when it's daybreak, you do something, right? And at night, you rest. So it goes on all the way till you get fed up of that routine, which becomes, okay, let me just pass these exams for my parents' sake, for example.
Not because
right?
you want to.
Not because you want to. So the moment you are done with it, you are done with it. All you are looking forward to is white-collar jobs or whatever will give you, daily income for your daily life.
Okay, Ibrahim, thank you for coming back again. Okay, so but you heard what Aminu is saying, for some of the youth, they have fear and doubts that, can I really become something? Can I be recognized if I develop this skill, or because if I get this career path? Because a lot of people are doing the same thing. So how can we change this particular mindset of saying, oh, I'm not sure if I do this, I'll be selected or I would be recognized for my skills? How can we make them understand that they should try every other skills, like Aminu said, and it may really work out for them? So how do we encourage them on that?
I think one of the things we learn in every mentorship session, or even when you see internship sessions, is that one of the first thing they teach, regardless of your class, maybe you're in first class or second class or whatever you're bringing in, is to work on your mindset. And you do courses like self-awareness and realization. Even at the MBA level, when you want to, you do courses around really identifying yourself, knowing yourself, and knowing goal setting goals, setting your own values. What are the values you stand for? And these clarification or clarity of the self will enable one to be able to choose career path, and will enable one to get a clear and distinct roadmap on where one is going. So you see, like my brothers Aminu said, a lot of youth are in school and they're in school for grades. Then you can't really survive in the career space, because then what it takes to survive in the outer world is more than just your grades that you get. And that's why you see a lot of players complain that youths are unemployable. They are unemployable. They can't even put up their CV themselves. They couldn't communicate well. they couldn't function well, because then they believe that their education has stopped as soon as they got their certificate. So education is not certificate. Education is the realization of self and the improvement of one's skills and knowledge, provide value for oneself and the society. So one of the things that I would say the youth should get at the back of their mind is that for you to get value, you have to create value. So they should channel their energies towards, what will I do to create value? What are the problems in my environment, in my society? How can we solve this problem? That kind of mindset that shifts them towards reimagining the environment, themselves, and what they can give to the environment. We push them to seek more knowledge, to seek guidance, to seek skills that will help them to create the solution. Like I do tell people, Dangote
Ibrahim,
does not love.
I mean,
I say Dangote loves sugar.
Yes, I mean, you've actually almost said everything that they need to know out there. So if you want to create value, you have to, make valuable something for them to actually, pick you out. So thank you so much for joining us on this conversation, Ibrahim. I really do appreciate your input.
Thank you very much.
And thank you so much, Aminu Baba, for coming on the show as well.
Thank you so much.
All right, viewers, this is where we come to the end of the program. But do join us again next week for another interesting episode on Youth Connect. I am Fatima Ahmed Musa. Have a good day.